You ever notice how conspiracy theories sound a lot like Bible stories? Heroes and villains, a chosen few who know the truth, and a big unseen power pulling every string. It's funny. We tell ourselves we've evolved past superstition. We've got science, satellites, quantum physics. Yet millions believe the Earth is flat, the moon landing was fake, and lizard people run the government. But maybe that's not stupidity. Maybe it's spiritual hunger. Because when you look closer, conspiracy theories aren't about facts. They're about faith. They give people something religion once did: meaning, community, and a clear villain to fight. So today, we're asking the question no one wants to ask. What if conspiracy theories didn't replace religion? What if they are religion, just wearing Wi-Fi instead of robes? Let's start with the feeling. You wake up, scroll the news, and it's chaos. Wars, inflation, AI, politics, floods, billionaires flying to space. Everything feels too big, too fast, and way out of control. Humans hate that feeling. Our brains evolved on savannas where danger had faces: a lion, a rival tribe, a thunderstorm. Now the threats are invisible: markets, microbes, algorithms. So the mind does what it always did. It tells a story to make sense of the chaos. In ancient times, that story was religion. It said the gods have a plan. Every drought, every war, every death had meaning inside a divine narrative. But in the modern world, science killed certainty. God stepped out, randomness stepped in, and nature abhors a vacuum, especially in the human heart. So new stories appeared, stories that promised hidden truth, a secret cabal, a master plan. Not angels versus demons, elites versus the people. Different names, same emotional architecture. It's not about evidence, it's about relief. Believing someone's in control, even an evil someone, feels safer than thinking no one is. Because chaos is terrifying, and the brain will choose an enemy over uncertainty every time. Here's the twist. Conspiracy theories don't spread because people are gullible. They spread because they're comforting. Think of the emotional package they offer. Meaning, you're part of a chosen few who see the truth. Community, we're all awake. The rest are sheep. Morality, good versus evil, us versus them. That's religious structure 101. Scroll any conspiracy forum and you'll see modern sermons. The faithful warning the lost. Memes as scripture, hashtags as hymns. Even the language mirrors the sacred. Do your own research is the new seek and ye shall find. But here's the delicious irony. The internet, the thing that promised to unite us through knowledge, actually recreated tribal religion in digital form. Instead of temples, we have comment sections. Instead of priests, influencers. Instead of miracles, leaked footage. We traded crosses for hashtags. But the human need underneath never changed. Because belief isn't logical, it's neurological. Every time we discover hidden information, the brain gives a dopamine hit. The same chemical buzz early humans felt when finding fruit in the forest. Our ancestors hunted berries, we hunt secret truths. Same reward loop, different forest. Let's zoom in on psychology. When life feels uncertain, people reach for cognitive closure. A fancy term meaning, please, someone tell me what's really going on. Conspiracy theories give that closure instantly. They turn complexity into simplicity. Instead of, climate change is the result of countless interacting systems, you get, no, it's a hoax, by them. Clear, emotional, digestible. It feels empowering. I see the pattern others can't, but that power comes at a price. Isolation. Because once you see everyone else as asleep, you lose connection. That's where despair sneaks in. Historically, religion gave people a ladder up toward redemption, transcendence, hope. Conspiracy culture often gives a spiral down, deeper suspicion, endless enemies, eternal apocalypse. It mimics religion's shape but replaces salvation with paranoia. Still, the pull is ancient. Let's take a quick trip back in time. Medieval Europe, plague, famine, chaos. Who gets blamed? Witches, heretics, the other. The story? An evil group conspiring against the pure. Fast forward 700 years. Internet age. Different clothes, same pattern. Blame the hidden elites, the globalists, the lab scientists. When fear spikes, imagination follows. And the imagination's first job isn't truth, it's survival. So our brains stitch patterns, even when none exist. They'd rather see a monster than admit the dark might be empty. Now layer in technology. Social media runs on engagement, not enlightenment. The angrier or more shocked you feel, the longer you stay. Algorithms don't care what's true, only what you'll click. So conspiracy theories evolve like viruses. The ones that provoke the strongest emotion replicate fastest. Flat Earth? Too tame. Global mind control? Much better. The result? A feedback loop of fear and dopamine. It's religion without reflection, belief engineered for addiction. But here's where it gets fascinating. For some people, conspiracy culture actually fills the exact same emotional void church once did. Sunday service became Sunday live stream. Instead of hymns, there's comment rage. Instead of confession, there's exposure. It's not just I believe, it's I belong. And belonging is the most powerful drug the brain knows. So what do we do with all this? If conspiracy theories are the new religion, how do we live in a world where every phone is a pulpit? The answer isn't mockery. Ridiculing believers only deepens faith, because in their eyes, ridicule proves persecution. The answer is empathy mixed with education, understanding why people need these stories, more than what's inside them. We don't escape superstition by yelling facts. We escape it by building meaning strong enough to compete with fear. Because the real epidemic isn't misinformation, it's disconnection. When people feel powerless, lonely, or unseen, they'll believe anything that makes them feel part of something again. Maybe the antidote isn't more data, it's more belonging, more purpose, more truth with heart. In the end, conspiracy theories are less about crazy ideas and more about lost trust in governments, in experts, in each other. And trust doesn't return through debunking. It returns through relationship. So maybe the real revolution isn't exposing every lie. Maybe it's rebuilding the faith we lost, not in gods, but in one another. Here's the paradox of the modern age. We killed the gods, but not the need for them. We still crave meaning, community, and a story big enough to hold our fear. So we created new myths, digital ones, with algorithms as prophets and influencers as priests. Maybe the next step isn't to laugh at the believers, but to realize we're all believers in something. We've just swapped temples for timelines. Because deep down, everyone wants to feel like their life fits inside a story that matters. And when the old stories vanish, the mind invents new ones. The truth? Conspiracy theories aren't just the new religion. They're a mirror showing how badly humanity still needs faith. Not blind faith in power, but brave faith in meaning, in each other, in reality itself. And maybe, just maybe, the real awakening isn't about discovering who's pulling the strings, but remembering we've always been the ones weaving them.